Hello from Woodstock, Georgia. My name is Shauna, and I'll be guiding you through class. Today is going to be a combined Fit Essentials with the Basic Fit Essentials. I'll be largely guiding the basics class and then talking through what you can do for those of you that know the more advanced versions down on the floor. So thanks for being here. Let's go ahead and come on up to our feet to get started. All right, we're gonna start with our spinal cord breathing. Bring your feet just in front of the hips, toes pointing straight ahead. You're gonna circle your arms around, bring your forearms and palms together, and then you're gonna curl yourself in, tuck your hips under, turn the head down, and now on your inhale, we're gonna lift and open, breathe in, lift the chest, turn your eyes up to the sky as you divide the arms, spread those fingers wide, pause the top of that breath, and then on your exhale, tuck it all back under, blow the air out. Try to breathe through the nose as much as possible or slightly through pursed lips. And find your rhythm here. Breathing and opening, squeeze the glute as you lift the chest. And exhale, close it all down. Go 2 to 3 more cycles there. Remember to pause the top and bottom of every breath. Fantastic. Great to have you, Shirley. If you're able to turn that camera on, we're always happy to see your face. If not, no problem. Very good, everyone. Let's go 1 more cycle there. Breathe in, lift, and turn your eyes to the sky. And exhale, release. Very good. On that last exhale, go ahead and bring those arms down. Step the feet just a little bit wider. And now we're gonna bring those arms out to the side. You're gonna turn one palm down to the floor, one palm up towards the ceiling. And now we're gonna rotate our body, switching which is up, which is down. There you go, good. Trying to twist through those shoulders. Fantastic, couple more times. Very good. From here, what we're gonna do next is you're gonna bring your arms, if you're comfortable, reach up to overhead, bend down into your legs, and then just as you're comfortable, you're gonna start to reach over towards the side, as close to your feet as you're comfortable, but don't try to force anything. You're just gonna imagine trying to trace a nice big sweeping circle or an oval around your body. We're gonna go 2 to 3 times one way, keeping those knees bent as you reach down for the ground, and see if you can turn your eyes looking up towards the sky as you come to the top. 1 more here, slowly reach, guide your body around, and up to the top. Very good, same thing, other direction, just reverse directions when you're ready. You're reaching down, moving across. That's my fur brother spot you hear in the background. I get to be here at my mom's house today in Woodstock, Georgia. Always grateful for her beautiful flowers and landscape. Very good. Final time, everyone, reaching down. Holding strong in those legs in the midsection and circling it around. Fantastic. Go ahead and bring those arms down to the side, kind of reset those feet, and then we're going to start to gently twist the body. Arms nice and heavy at the side. And you can start by letting the arms swing away from the body. And then as you start to warm up a little bit, start to introduce a little bit of a bend at those elbows. The front arm will tap the side of the hip. The back arm will tap the back of the hip. And see if you can sync your breathing so that as your hands tap your body, you exhale. Good, couple more. Good, from here, let's start to bring one arm up, just so we're gonna tap just above right at the shoulder, top part of the lung. The opposite arm is still behind on that low back area. Good. And still trying to sync that exhale. So as my hand taps my upper chest, shoulder area, I'm breathing out. Good. There you go, a couple more each way. And go ahead and bring the arms back down to the hips. Couple more there, so off the shoulder, back to the hips, lowering them down. Fantastic. After a couple of taps there, we're gonna slowly bring yourself to a stop and go ahead and walk those feet back in. All right, everybody. Set those feet so that their toes are pointing straight ahead. We're going to do a few good mornings next. So hands either behind the head or across the shoulders. Bend down into your knees. Pull your belly in. And now we're going to bow forward, sending your hips straight back. Look down towards the floor. Squeeze the glutes. Stand straight up. Very good. Long spine. Bowing forward, looking down. And standing tall in between. Very good. Let's go about 3 more there. Sending those hips straight back. And up. Looks good. Great angle. Over. And up. Good. Last one. Bowing forward, holding strong. Nice flat back. And standing tall. Fantastic. All right. From here, we're going to work a little bit of balance. It's called our tandem stance. You're going to place your left foot straight in front. Take your right foot. Place your toes just behind the heel. So imagine you're standing on a tightrope. Lifting up through your midline, bring your arms out to the side, looking straight ahead. We're going to hold between 30 and 45 seconds. Keeping the ribs down, eyes straight ahead. And those of you that are fairly secure in your balance, if you want a little bit more challenge, close the eyes and practice this position. If you're already wobbling with the eyes open, just focus on something straight ahead. Woo! Game changer with those eyes closed. Good, that's 20 seconds, everyone. Let's hold about another 15. Pulling that chin in. Think about standing tall as you hold this position. Whew. Very good. And 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax those arms down. Step the feet out to about hip width apart. Hip circles in between sides. Hands on the hips. And gently circle those hips around. There you go. Good. Go between 3 and 5 in one direction, and then we'll switch and take it the other way. Nice. And then when you're ready, start to swivel those hips the other way. Feeling for any stiffness there. See where you can open it all up. Fantastic. All right. Once you finish those circles, we're going to go back to tandem stance on the opposite side. So now you're going to place your right foot forward, step your left foot directly behind. I forgot my water. Standing tall, lifting up, arms out to the side, and 2, 1, here we go. Again, if your balance is pretty secure here, close those eyes and you'll find that challenge. I know I feel it right away as soon as I close those eyes. Woo! Keep lifting up to the midline, shoulders down out of the ears, and imagine you're trying to pull your shoulder blades together behind the body. And then watch that self-talk. I know when you start to wobble a little bit, it's easy to get critical. So just encourage yourself, find your center, and continue to hold. Very good. That's 30 seconds. We're going to hold for another 15. If you need to step out early, by all means. Woo. Good job. Looking straight ahead, staying tall. And 2, 1, and shake it out and rest. Very good. Those of you that know the glute bridge down on the floor, go ahead and come on to your position on your back. Taking your way down to the floor. Those of you that are going to stay standing, we're going to repeat our good mornings. So toes pointing straight ahead. We did the over the shoulder first. So if you want to go behind the head, slight bend in those knees. And then when you're ready, sending those hips back, bowing down. Those of you on your backs, knees bent, feet flat, and then just slowly start to warm up that low back, gently pushing those hips up and forward. Very good. Those of you here standing with me, as you stand tall, I want you to emphasize, squeeze that bum. Really try to wake up those glutes. Glutes is just another word for your bum muscles, your behind. Good. Looking straight ahead. Long spine, those of you bowing forward. And those of you on those glute bridges, think about lengthening through that low back. Good. We're going to spend about 10 more seconds here. Over and straight up. Fantastic. And one more, bowing forward and stand. Good. If you're on your back, you're going to roll over onto all fours. Thank you. We're going to go into some donkey kicks next. Those of you standing here with me, we're going to do it from a standing position. I'm just going to show it really quick from the floor. On all fours, knee is bent, and you're going to kick it straight up in the air, watching not to arch that back. Otherwise, standing tall, let's start on your right leg. You're going to bend the knee. And now when you're ready, you're just going to extend that leg straight back. Squeeze the glute. Feel your hamstring fire. Pull the leg in and extend it straight back. Good. In and back. Excellent. Both standing and on all fours, there's that tendency to start to arch that low back. So think midline, nice and neutral. Good. In and back. 10 more seconds. Pull it in. Straight up. Looks good, Kathy. Nice, Jean. Feeling that hamstring, maybe one or two more. Very good, Diane. Try to keep that knee bent if you're comfortable with it. Get a little more hamstring with it. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Shake it out for just a second, and then we're going to go same thing, opposite leg. Standing tall. Now we'll go left leg. So you're going to bend that knee. 2, 1. Here we go. Extend it straight back. So if I'm standing, bottom of the foot should point towards the wall or the door straight behind me. If you're on all fours, bottom of the foot should point straight up towards the ceiling. Good. Midline nice and neutral. Extend and in. Fantastic. Back and forward. Be nice and patient here. Extend that hip. Fire the glute. Feel the hamstring contract. Forward and back. Good. 15 more seconds. That's 30. And as you're standing tall, lift up, drive it back, pull it in, 1 to 2 more. Extend, in, back, and rest. Very good. Those of you on all fours, take it into down dog. Those of you standing here with me, we're going to do an elevated down dog. So you're going to use your table or your chair. You're going to place your hands just underneath the shoulders, walk the feet back, and now you're going to drop your head down. You see how far you're comfortable to walk your feet back and kind of push through your arms and lean back. And a nice stretch, back side of the body, mid back as well. Good. And those of you that are standing, I'll bring my weight back forward, and now I'm going to drop one heel down as I sink back. Get a nice stretch in the lower part of the leg. And then same thing other side. Drop that heel down, kind of bend that knee up and down. Just looking to get a little bit in that lower calf. All right, everyone, those of you that are on the floor for down dog, make your way back up to your feet. Let's go ahead and grab a little drink of water, and we're going to take us through that cycle once more, going back with the balance work. All right, fantastic. So we're going to go back to that tandem stance, second of 2 rounds. So you'll set your left foot forward. Remember, this is our tightrope, and right foot directly behind it. Lift up through that midline, shoulders back and down, arms out to the side. We don't want to sway back, so try to keep your shoulders stacked right over your hips, head stacked right over your shoulders. We tend to have that forward head carry, so think chin in, standing tall. Extra challenge, close the eyes. 20 seconds done. Just over about halfway in. Fantastic, good, working that balance. Staying patient. Fantastic. Final 10 seconds. Hold strong. Breathe as you lift. And 2, 1, and release. Good job. Step those feet off the tightrope. We're going to go a little side stretch in between legs. So let's go one hand on the hip. Other arm's going to reach up and across. Peer up to your hand if you feel steady to do so. And then we'll put the hand on the other hip. Same thing, other side. We're going to reach 3 times to each direction. Up and across, follow with the hand. Breathe there, and then down and switch. Good, nice long reach. Try to breathe into the area that you feel that tension as you reach. Moving well. Second arm, second time. And third and final. If you feel pretty stable here, as you reach across, you can kind of rotate just a little bit more. Like imagine you're trying to look underneath that shoulder as you reach. Down and switch. Final time, opposite side. Up and across. Peering up. And then just a little bit of a rotation, trying to look a little bit farther past your shoulder. And release that side. Beautiful. All right, final tandem stance. You're going to place your right foot in front this time. Lifting on up, left foot behind. Drop those shoulders down out of the ears. And here we go. Smile. Grip the ground. And we're not hyperextended through the knees, so they just have a little bit of bend. I'm really feeling my ankles kind of move around here, trying to find that midpoint. Fantastic. We're over halfway. Stay patient. Final 10 seconds. Pull that chin in, lengthen through the spine as you hold. Woo! 3, 2, 1, and release. All right, take it back to the floor for those of you doing the glute bridges. Otherwise, everybody else, stay standing with me. We're gonna walk our feet in so those toes are pointing straight ahead, either over the shoulders or behind the head. Slight bend in those knees, and then when you're ready, we're gonna go about 45 seconds here. Long spine as you bow forward. And squeeze that bum, squeeze the backside as you stand. Good. Bowing down. And Diane, make sure you keep your head neutral, so don't tuck your chin in the bottom. Yep. So stay tall. You want to look down without losing that posture. There you go. Right about there. And then up from that. Looks great, Shirley. Very good. Bowing down. Nice, Kathy. Hold. Good, strong bridge there. You got it. And over. Squeeze the glutes as you stand. Maybe 1 or 2 more. Bowing forward. And stand tall. Fantastic. Those of you standing here with me, shake it out. Those of you on your backs, let's roll over and take it into that quadruped position. So on hands and knees. All right, we're gonna go back to those donkey kicks. Those of you that are on your feet, you can do what we did last time where you're standing tall, or come into an elevated quadruped position. So hands on the chair, the countertop, walk the feet back. Let's start with your left leg. Bend the knee, and when you're ready, extending it straight back, pulling it in, watching that low back posture. Extend and back. Looking to mostly keep the knee bent throughout, so we activate a little bit more of the hamstring. And don't forget your breathing. I exhale as I extend the leg. I inhale as I pull the knee in towards my chest. Beautiful. That's 30 seconds if you want to take a rest from there. Otherwise, hang in for about another 15. Extend and down. Couple more. Back, in, and last one. Very good. If you're standing, come on up, shake it out. Feel free to take a break on the hands. And then we're going to do the same thing, opposite side of the body. So when you're ready, place those hands back down. Pull that midline strong, and on the right leg this time, bend the knee and straight back, pulling it in. Good. It doesn't need to be quick here, right? We're trying to wake up those muscles, so it's great to practice pausing in that extended position. Cycle it in, extend it back. Nice work. Pull it in and straight back. Beautiful. That's 30 seconds. Feel free to take a break from there or hold strong for another 15. Still keeping your eye on that mid back and low back. Belly button pulled in, keeping that spine neutral. Good. Maybe one more. And 2, 1, and rest. All right. Let's go into child's position. Those of you down on the floor, if you were standing with me, take a seat for a second. So on the edge of the chair, I'm going to set the feet a little bit wider, hands on the thighs, and I'm going to slide forward, kind of pull the chin in towards my chest. And I want to get a stretch kind of in the low back, mid back area, and send your breath into where you feel that tension. For me, it's like right in my middle of my back. I'm going to breathe nice and deep, trying to expand that area of the rib cage. And then as I exhale, if I feel comfortable to do so, I'll drop my chest a little closer to the floor. 1 or 2 more breaths here. Breathe in. Expand where you feel the tension, and exhale a little bit into that stretch. Beautiful. 1 more. Very good. Coming into down dog next. So if you're seated here, take a moment as you sit up, make sure you get your whereabouts. Don't feel any kind of dizziness. And then we'll stand up and elevated down dog position. So that simply means I'm going to place my hands on my chair, walk my feet back, walk the feet a little bit wider, and then I'm going to try to send my hips up just a little bit. Bend one knee and then the other. About walking out the back of the legs. Good job. And when you're ready, walk it in. Let's have everybody come on up to standing. Nice work. All right. Hopefully everybody's warm after that. If your water is convenient, let's grab one more drink. And next, we're going to open up our hip flexors. We're getting ready for some squatting next. So I'm going to show it standing. If you want to come into like a lunging position, you can also do this stretch down from a lunge. Otherwise, left foot forward, right foot back. So in the lunge, you'll be on your right knee. Hands either on the shoulders, or if you're good to reach up to overhead, stretch up. Keep that front foot firmly planted, heel down. And now we're going to push your back hip forward. So I think about shifting my hip forward, squeezing the glute, lifting up, and now gently rotate towards your front leg. So turn towards your left. Breathe in, back to neutral, lift the chest. And then on your exhale, gently rotate. Once more, breathe in, back to center, shift the hip forward, and exhale, rotate towards your left. Very good. Relax those arms down. Switch your feet position. So same thing, other side. Right foot steps forward, left foot is back. Ribs stay down here as I reach up. Making sure that lead heel is nice and planted. Shifting the hips forward. And now I'm going to rotate towards your right side. Try to look over that shoulder on the right. Okay, we're opposite them. And then breathe in, come back to center. Lifting up, lift through the chest, shift that hip forward and turning towards your right. Fantastic. Once more, back to center. Breathe and lift. Shift the hip and gently rotate. Whew, wonderful. Relax those arms down. Shake them out and just kind of shake your whole body. Just a nice little bounce. Shake the shoulders, shake the arms. Woo! Move that energy. All right. Next, behind the back stretch. So walk your feet nice and wide. Bring those arms interlaced behind you. See if you can extend those elbows without swaying through your back. Root down into those legs and then send the hips back if you feel comfortable to do so. Looking down. Nice deep breaths into the back. One more breath here. And when you're ready, tuck those hips under, bring yourself back up to vertical and release those arms. Beautiful. All right, best as you can, we're gonna try to stretch out those quads by grabbing the foot. So balance as needed, lift everything up, and then we're trying to grab that foot with the same side hand. Very good. Yeah, this is a challenge. You want to get that foot, so be patient with yourself. If you can't quite do it, do the best you can. Sometimes you can rest the foot on a stool or a chair as well. 10 more seconds here. Ooh, feel a little stiff in this one. And 2, 1, go ahead and release that side. Before we jump right to the other side, we're gonna walk those feet nice and wide, just outside the hips. And I want you to try to come down like a little mini squat, but rest your hands on your upper part of your knees, but a lower part of your thighs. We're gonna breathe in, and on the exhale, I'm gonna gently rotate my body, kind of push the knee out on the side I'm rotating away from. Breathe in, back to center. Exhale, push the leg out, rotate to the other side. So about 3 times each way, breathing in, turning to one side. Just get a little open on that inner thigh as you push that hand into the knee. Breathe in, back to center, and exhale as you twist the other way. Good. Once more each direction. Good for the low back as well. Inner thighs here, opening those up. Both sides. When you're ready, walk yourself back up. Shake that out. And then we'll go for that quad stretch on your opposite leg. So I was on the right side last time. It would have been your left if you're mirroring me. And so now we'll look to grab that opposite foot, pull that heel towards your glute. Nice. Extra bonus, if you want to work that balance, you can let go of that opposite hand. Wonderful. And make sure we're not dropping into that support hip. So think about always lifting up. Use your muscles. 2, 1, and release that foot. All right, fantastic. Let's warm up our squats. So as needed here, if your squat is still working on that confidence in the bottom, feel free to hold on to a door frame, the back of a chair. I have my feet just outside the hips. And now as we hold on, we're gonna send those hips back, pushing the knees nice and wide. Sitting into the bottom, push your feet into the ground to come up or use your arms as you need, but we're really focusing to generate that force with the legs. Sitting back, knees drive wide. Fantastic, and all the way up. All right, everyone, we're gonna go between 2 and 4 rounds here. So depending upon your energy levels today, how much fitness you've been doing recently, maybe join us for every other round. We're gonna be doing 2 exercises, a squat and either a seated or a bent over row. So if you have one of the bands, you can join me in a seated position. It's gonna be a 2-arm row after the squats, or if you have weights and if you want to do a little bit of a bent over row, you pull your belly button in, bow forward, and row just like this. I'm going to show the seated row with the band on rounds 1 and 3, bent over on 2 and 4. All right. So when you're ready, set those feet about hip width apart, eyes looking straight ahead. Squats are first. Feel free if you want to hold some weights with these. 2, 1, and begin. So if you're squatting into a chair, you're gonna sit back nice and slow. Make sure you know where your chair is, and then try to come up nice and strong. Controlling down, sitting back, and up and open. Very good. Control, and stand. Beautiful. 10 seconds to go. Sinking down. Nice. Keeping those heels firmly planted by also gripping the toes down, either in the bottom of your shoes or think about pushing that big toe into the floor. All right, once you finish that rep, rest and rotate. Seated row or bent over row next. So if you have the band, you can sit on the floor or in the chair. Pick a leg to start with. Put that 1 foot around, sit nice and tall, and here we go. Long neck, so shoulders, avoid shrugging them up. And now we're just thinking about rowing those arms straight in. Reach forward and squeeze it back and in. Building that mid-back strength. Very good. Forward. I like to use that practice of pausing in the back. Reach and row. Good. Breathe in as you reach forward. Exhale as you pull that weights or the bands in towards your chest. And 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. We're gonna take 30 seconds. If you wanna start your squats before then, you're welcome to it. Otherwise, starting the squats for round 2, now in 20 seconds. All right, grab a drink. I'm gonna show without the chair this round, holding a little bit of weight. Weights up at the shoulders or just underneath the chin. Set those feet back to our squats in 2, 1, here we go. Knees drive wide, controlling down. Find the rhythm. Nice. And those of you doing the little sit stand to the chair, see how controlled you can lower yourself down, looking straight ahead as you move. That's halfway. Excellent. Great depth. Good, Kathy. There you go, Diane. Good. Taking your time, reaching for the bottom. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Bent over or seated row with the band. Just have those 2 exercises for this circuit. And as I mentioned, we're going to have 4 rounds total. So you can do all 4 or every other. All righty. Either sitting tall or standing tall, bowing forward. And here we go. Elbows back and in. Reach down and squeeze. Good. especially those of you in this bent over position here, try to make sure your head's not extended. So instead of looking straight ahead, pull that chin in and look down towards the floor. Reach forward and row. Fantastic. Keep that breathing nice and fluid. One or two more. Pause in the top. Reach, row, 2, 1, and rest. All right, that's set 2. We'll take 30 seconds. Time to grab a drink. We'll be back to those squats. All right, going in 10 seconds. Those of you squatting to the chair, you also can hold a little bit of weight when you're squatting the chair if you feel like you have a stable surface behind you. 2, 1, and begin. Sitting back, slow as you can, and then drive through those legs. Good. Let's do that. I feel a little bit more confident with this. If you want to start to pick up your tempo, by all means. Good. Halfway. Back and up. Excellent job, Shirley. There you go. Reach those arms straight up. Pulling through. Awesome depth, Jean. Back, up. Finish that last rep and rest and rotate. Bent over or seated row. Those of you using the band, when you're sitting down, if you remember which leg you put it around, see if you can then put it around the opposite leg next time. All right. 2, 1, and begin. As I reach forward, palms down towards the floor. And then as those of you on the seated row, I rotate my palms straight up. So I activate my biceps a little bit with this from the seated position. Forward and back. Still focused on that long neck, long spine, shoulders down out of the ears. We tend to hold a lot of tension when those shoulders get shrugged up. Beautiful. Reach, squeeze, building that middle back posture. 1 more. 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Our final rest break into our final round. Woo. All right. 10 seconds till we start. Feel free to use some weight. Set those feet about hip width apart, slight toe out. 2, 1, and begin. Knees drive wide. You move at your tempo. It's our final little bit of squatting for the day. So finish strong. Good, great position of that low back, Diane, looks great. Holding solid as you sink into the bottom. There you go, Shirley, nice tempo. Good, try not to bounce in the bottom, Jean, just control down and then nice and confident to stand. And 3, 2, 1, rest and rotate. Seated or bent over row. Those of you choosing that bent over position, you want to stand nice and tall, slight bend in those knees, sending those hips back. 2, 1, here we go. Reach forward, pull those elbows up and in. Good. Neutral head position, pull that chin in, look straight down towards the floor, or if you're seated, looking straight ahead. Wonderful. Reach, row. Good. Final 10 seconds. Hold strong. Give me 1 more. 2, 1, and rest. Woo! All right. Feel free if you want to sit on the floor or join me in the chair. We're going to do a little seated twist. Loosen up that low back. All righty. So if you're seated in the chair, you're going to take your left hand, reach over to the right thigh. You can either keep this foot flat or cross it over. If you have a arm rest here, you can use that arm rest ever so gently, kind of push into it, gently turn your body and peer over that shoulder. If you're on the floor, my bottom leg would just simply be extended and then hugging that other leg in. There you go. Couple more breaths here. Breathe in on the exhale. See if you can go just a little bit deeper without forcing. And release when you're ready. Very good. Same thing, opposite side. Sitting tall. Now your right hand to the left thigh. Again, if you have that arm rest, just gently push into the arm, turn the head so you peer over that left shoulder. And breathe. Fantastic. Continue to sit nice and tall. A couple more breaths here. And when you're ready, go ahead and release, coming up out of that. Fantastic. All right, good job. Let's go ahead and stretch out the forearms a little bit. So those of you who are on all fours, just kind of come on down to the floor. If you have a tabletop or anything, you want to look to place your hands down so the fingers point in towards you. And you're just going to look to get a nice stretch on the top of the forearms. So I'm using the bottom of my chair right now. If I had a table nearby, I could use that as well. And then I'm just going to lean back. So I'm just stretching the back side. You can also do it standing by just pulling the hands back. If you don't have anything to support on, and I pull all the fingers back, palm down to the floor. Very good. Shake, lean side to side as able. And then once you've got a decent stretch there, come off your hands and let's shake out those wrists. Good. Shake them out, roll them around. Very nice. All right, everyone. So I'm going to take you through 4 rounds of our final piece here. On the first round, I'm going to kind of talk you through it. So if you're not familiar, you can just kind of watch as we go. You can either start with a deadlift, okay, picking something up off the ground, or if you have a little bit of a kettlebell there, if you want to do a swing, if you feel ready for that, those would be those 2 options there. We're going to go deadlift or swing, plank or push up, mountain climber, and then either resting or some step or jumping jacks. 15 seconds in between exercises. We're going to work for 30 seconds each time. So we're going to start with our deadlift or that swing as you prefer. Set the feet about hip width apart, maybe a slight toe out. Standing tall, little bend in those knees. And now I'm going to bow forward. If you feel confident to pick your weight up off the ground, 2, 1, here we go. Squeeze the glutes, over and down. Very nice, great swings, Jean. Bowing forward and standing straight up, good. So you can just think about these deadlifts as if you had to pick up a grocery bag off the ground, your laundry basket. We're practicing those mechanics here. That's 20 seconds. Bowing forward, standing tall. As I bow forward, I look down. And then as I stand tall, I squeeze the glutes and look straight ahead. Go ahead and rest. Fantastic. Push-ups are next, or you can hold that front plank. I'm going to show this first round elevated. Hopefully those will be secure. Place those hands just underneath the shoulders. Walk your feet back. 2, 1, and begin. So either hold tall here, or if you feel like you can lower your chest down, elbows stay into the sides. Midline strong as you push away. Watch those hips. They tend to drop down. So control in and drive out. Fantastic. Yep. Elbows. Very good. Control in and push. Maybe one more. 3, 2, 1, and rotate. Go ahead and come off your hands for a second. Shake them out. Mountain climbers are next. All right, very nice. We're going to place those hands right back underneath the shoulders. Elevated or from all fours. 2, 1. Here we go. You're going to bring your knee towards that same side elbow. Once you know the movement, look right between the wrist. And we're trying not to have a lot of movement through the hips and low back as we do this. So I'm activating that lower core to hold myself nice and level. And continue to breathe. Lifting up through that mid back as you lift those knees up. Good. 1 or 2 more on each leg. 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Make your way up to your feet. Whew. Here's where you could take a full 30 seconds off, or if you'd like to keep some movement going, step jacks or jump jacks. Very nice. It's our final station. We'll have 15 seconds after this, 30 seconds, and then we'll be back to our first exercise with those deadlifts or those swings. Halfway through, if you want more rest, just take it now. Wonderful. Good, so you can clap your hands together, clap them at the top. 2, 1, and everybody rest. All right, wonderful job. And it's also totally appropriate to rest and work with me every other round. So feel free to take this round off. Otherwise, 2, 1, here we go. If you have lighter weights, you can do what we call a skier swing, where I have the lighter weights on the outside of my body. I keep them high by my center of gravity. So think like pocket position if you were wearing some jeans and you had some pockets for your hand. Squeeze those glutes. Good. And Diane, on those deadlifts, think long spine as you send those hips back. There you go. Bend those knees a little bit. And 2, 1, everybody rest. Beautiful. Push-ups are next. Either taking it down to the floor or elevated with the upper body. 2, 1, and begin when you're ready. Midline nice and strong. I see a lot of times with people, they send those elbows wide on push-ups, so keep them in closer to your body. That looks great. Good, Jean. And we don't want those hips to drop down, so think about keeping those hips up nice and level. Beautiful, almost there. Mountain climbers are next. You can take that rest break or go right into it. There's our rest break, 15 seconds rest, and then we'll do mountain climbers for 30. Whew. So shake out those hands. When you're ready, we'll go back into position. Place the hands down, step the feet back. 2, 1, here we go. Knee towards that same side elbow. Eyes looking right between your wrist. And I haven't said it yet. Spread those fingers nice and wide so you take the pressure off your wrist. Activate the hand and all those little muscles. Good, 10 seconds to go. Continue to breathe. Continue to keep those hips elevated. And everybody rest. Beautiful, up to your feet. Here's your chance for a nice long rest break if you'd like it, or step jacks, jump jacks. I'm gonna do the seal jack version, arms out to the side. Dancing, rebounding, good. We got some skipping happening over there, I love it. However you feel inspired to move your body for some blood flow right now. Woo! There you go, good. Two, 1, and rest. All right, that's halfway through. We're gonna go 2 more sets. So if you took that last round off, if you feel ready to join us again, we're gonna start in 10 seconds. I'm gonna go back to demoing the deadlift. Standing nice and tall, lift up out of your spine, little bend in those knees, bowing forward, and begin. Push those legs, you stand straight up, controlling it down. If you go all the way to the floor, set it right between the feet or right outside the feet. Nice. Control down, push your feet into the ground. Nice, Shirley, there you go. Bowing down and stand. That looks nice, Diane, good posture. Yeah, Kathy, good. Great group today, moving strong. Maybe one more, bowing forward, stand, and rest when you're ready. Fantastic, push-ups are next. If anything's going on with your shoulder that doesn't feel good to lower down, hold the top of the push-up. 2, 1, and begin. You can also hold that front plank or take it into the push-up. Watching that posture of the mid-back. Fantastic. Halfway through. Hey, Sharon. Woo. You can do that hybrid version as well. Those of you that are on the floor, you can come down on the toes, up on the knees if you feel like you're peeling off the ground, and rest. Shake off the hands. Third round of mountain climbers coming up next. 2, 1, and here we go. Step those feet back. Knee towards the same side elbow. Trying to stay as stable as you can in that low back. Fantastic. Continue to breathe, everyone. Try to imagine the view from the top of the mountain. Maybe a little bit more inspiring than the seat of your chair or the yoga mat. Woo! Do one more each leg. And rest. Fantastic. All right. Make your way up to your feet. You're welcome to take that long rest break. Step jacks, jump jacks, maybe just a little bit of bouncing. If you're like, hey, it doesn't work for me to jump, just very lightly bounce your body. So I'm keeping my toes on the ground and I'm just ever so slightly lifting my heels up. Just getting a little bit of a rhythm in the body. There you go. And shake. 10 seconds left. This is the end of round 3. I'm going to take you through one more after this. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo! All right, if that's enough for you, please feel free to rest this final round. Otherwise, we'll start in 10 seconds. Stick around for our cool down stretches. Standing tall, 2, 1, and here we go. Fourth and final round. Bowing forward. You bend at the hips, but then I'm also bending my knees so I don't over bend in that back. You want to keep that nice flat spine in that low back. Good, Kathy. Yep. Almost there. And rest. Good job. Final set of push-ups. Place those hands beneath the shoulders. Step the feet into position. Pull that belly button in. And here we go. Either hold the top of the plank or lower into the push-up. Good. Breathe. Wonderful. That's halfway. Good. Surely try not to lift the head. So think chin in as you lower down. That looks better. There you go. Perfect. Just like that. Okay, one more. Push it away. And feel free to come off your hand, or if you want an extra challenge, go right into those mountain climbers. Woo! All right, final little bit of mountain climbers. Are you ready? Place those hands down. 2, 1, and begin. Knee towards the same side elbow. Keep lifting up that mid back so you hold a nice arch of your body. Gaze looks straight between the hands. Chin in. Fantastic, everyone. Woo! There you go. Good. 10 seconds left. Nice breathing. 3, 2, 1, and making your way up to your feet. All right, if you did take that round off, if you can finish with us on your feet, you'll kind of move it into our cool down. All right, when you're ready, you can do step jacks, jump jacks, marching. We're gonna go full minute here at the end with some blood flow. I'm gonna change it up every 15 seconds or so. All right, from a step jack, I take it to our march and punch. Hands across the body. If you want to add a little hop to it, like a skip, you can do that. Good, that's 30 seconds. We're going to get a bonus 30 seconds in here. Seal jacks next. You can jump with these or just step. We're opening that chest, shoulders back and down. Wonderful. And the final 15 seconds, let's go back to that march and punch. Reaching those arms across the body, lifting those knees and the feet. Wonderful. Trying to punch about the level of the shoulder. So hands a little higher there, Diane. That's it. Good. And 2, 1, and everybody done. All right. Round of applause for yourself and everyone here today. Nice work. Let's grab some water. All right. I'm going to open up that upper body. I'm going to show the tricep side bend. If anyone would rather do like the doorway pec stretch, feel free to do that one instead. Otherwise, let's start on your left arm. If you're here with me, you're going to step your left foot back, just a little bit of a stagger stance. Reach that arm straight up, ribs down. You're going to bend the elbow as you reach up. Grab that elbow and hold it here. And then ever so slightly, you're going to bend towards your lead leg. Breathe in as you come back to center and exhale as you bend to the side. Well, it'll go about 5 times here. Very nice. Keep looking straight ahead. There you go. Good, Shirley. And relax those arms down. We're going to go same thing other side. Walk your left foot in. And now step your right foot back. Try to have both feet firmly planted. We don't want to be arching back here. So ribs down, reach your right arm straight up. Bend that elbow. Pull that chin in, lengthening through the head and neck as you reach up. Grab. And now bending to the side here. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Wonderful. 1 or 2 more. And go ahead and release those arms down from there. Fantastic. Let's go back to that inner thigh stretch that we did earlier. And those of you that know it on all fours with the leg kicked out to the side, if you know this like leg rock version, if you want to come down and do that one. Otherwise, those of you standing here with me, we're going to walk the feet outside the hips, bringing the hands down onto the thighs, just above the knees. And now we're going to hold strong in your midline. We're pushing the legs wide, and I'm going to rotate my body like I'm trying to look over my right shoulder, back to center, and then I'm going to turn and try to look over that other shoulder. Good. Those of you on the floor, 3 to 5 on each leg. Very good. Very nice. All right. If you're on the floor, roll it onto your back. Or if you're here with me standing, let's take it down to a seated position. All right. We're going to start with one leg extended, and we're going to go single knee to chest with some ankle rolls. So let's start with your left leg. Interlace the hands, pull that knee up towards the left shoulder. And you want to kind of like on the floor, especially actively straighten that right leg and then turn those ankles around on your left. Lift the toes, point the toes as you turn that ankle. Try to get a little clicks and pops in there. Keep it all moving. Wonderful. And then switch directions. Turn the ankle the other way. Fantastic. And let's switch sides. Same thing on the opposite side. Up and in. And especially those of you here seated, we tend to kind of shrug up on this. So really still pay attention to that upper body posture as you hold that arm, or that leg in rather. Lift the foot, twirl it around. Awesome. And then same thing other side. Not other side, excuse me, other direction. Keep my words straight here. All right, beautiful. Relax that leg down. We're going to go back to your first leg, moving into our glute stretch. So you'll pull the knee towards the same side shoulder, and then you're going to shift it across. So if you're seated, you can try to hook that foot across the knee, and now pull the knee towards your opposite shoulder. Looking to isolate a little bit of a stretch into this outer hip, the glute area. Right time to close those eyes. We're going to hold about 20 seconds here. And go ahead when you're ready, release that side. Same thing on the other leg. Sitting tall, pulling that leg up and in, bringing it across, and pulling it towards the opposite shoulder. Close the eyes, give them a break from looking at the screens, and breathe. And release. Very good. Figure 4 stretch to finish. So let's go back to your first leg. See if you can get that left foot to sit above the right knee. And then you're going to invite that left knee to kind of drop down. If you'd like, you can take your hand, set it there. Good. You want to feel the stretch without feeling like it's a painful stretch. When you're seated, you can sit tall and just ever so gently bow forward, and you'll feel it a little bit more in that outer hip. Or on your back, obviously, you're going to hug that leg in. Let's go 10 more seconds here. When you're ready, make your way out of that. Same thing, opposite side. Place that foot down, up and in. We're trying to get your right foot above the left knee. Inviting that leg to drop down. Feel free to rest that right hand on the outer right knee. I'm going to hold 30 seconds here. Very good, everyone. Don't forget to smile. Thank yourself for taking the time to show up and take care of your body. 10 more seconds, and then we'll release. 2, 1, and come on out of that. All right, fantastic. On your back, feel free to pull both legs into your chest. Seat in the chair. Let's gently kind of rotate side to side. You can reach up and rotate side to side as our side bend. Just be aware, is my body asking for a little bit more attention? Where do I need a little bit more movement? If that forward fold that we did earlier from that seated position felt good, keep that one in mind. It's a great way to stretch that low back from that seated position. And oftentimes when we're stiff in the low back as well, it benefits you to give some rotational movement. So turning your body side to side, just try to keep everything moving. When you notice that stiffness, how can we help to release some of that? All right, everyone, thanks for being here today, and we'll have class tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll be coming back from Colorado next week, normal times.